And so let's start with the strong side defensive end, Brian. From what we're gathering from our sources, Myron Tagovailoa-Amosa is moving from the inside to the strong side defensive end. Why, in your estimation, is this taking place, and what does that mean for Notre Dame moving forward?
So first of all, since you always correct me when I get the Clemson quarterback's name wrong, I'm going to take advantage of me finally getting one right. It's Tagovailoa.
Okay.
Yes. I'm just kidding, obviously, but
I love that though, because I'm a stickler for the names, man. I need to know the correct pronunciation, so I appreciate that.
This is a move. So I've been kind of hearing about this for over a month, and it just kind of got louder and louder, and I'm more certain that it's going to happen. And really, this move is being made for two reasons. Number one is I think there's a hope and a thought that moving Myron outside is going to allow him to play a position that better suits his natural body type. And what that means is, he's listed at 285. He pumps up to 285. He's not a natural 285-pound guy, and I think the fact that he's had to be that in so many instances has kind of kept him from making as many plays that I think he otherwise should be making. And that's part of it. And I think that moving him outside the strong side end, maybe he can drop 5 or 10 pounds, see a little bit more of a burst come back, and then that will hopefully impact his game and allow him to be more productive. Because the thing about him at defensive tackle was he was very disruptive. He was very good inside, but he wasn't much of a playmaker for himself. He did things that allowed other guys to make plays. But what they're looking for inside are more guys that are more naturally suited for the position and guys that can be more playmakers themselves. And the thought is that moving Myron outside not only opens up opportunities at the 3 technique for those kind of players, but now it puts him in a position where they think his game might be better suited, so he can then make more plays on the ball. So those are really the two reasons why it's happening. And then, of course, it's going to be sort of a tryout. If he can't stick out there, they could always move him back inside and let him be part of that rotation inside. But the hope is that he'll play there. And then the other reason is beyond Justin Ademilola, there are legitimate questions about who else could play that position. Okay. I thought prior to Ovie Oghoufo transferring, there was a thought that maybe Isaiah Foskey could be a bit of a swing guy that could play some strong side end as well. And that way you can keep him on the field more. But obviously with Ovie gone, that's not an option anymore. And that was more of my theory as opposed to something that I was hearing from somewhere else. I just kind of think with his body type, 6'5", big guy, he could do some of those things. And then, of course, when Marcus Freeman was hired, there was even more to me of that would have worked if Ovie had not transferred.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. And so he's going to have to be that Viper guy. And now you're hoping to get another veteran player and solidify that defensive end depth chart. And it's not guaranteed that he's going to start. He's going to have to battle and compete for that job. I expect him to be a key part of that rotation, but there's also a lot of optimism that Justin Ademilola will be part of that mix too, which we'll get into. But there's hope that this move is going to allow 2 positions to flourish, and that's really what they're looking for: is more flourishing at the 3 technique from a playmaker. You get more reps for Jason Ademilola, more reps for Riley Mills, open up an opportunity for maybe Jacob Lacey to play both positions, and then also to get Gabriel Rubio on the field as a freshman.
Sure.
And also to now solidify the strong side end position is really what it comes down to.